We're going out to Cassie in Cambridge, where they got equations on the walls at the bars. What's up, Cassie?
Hi, Dr. John.
Are you an MIT kid or a Harvard kid? A Harvard kid?
No, none of those. I wish I was, but no.
I'm not either. I'm a state school guy. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, what's up,
too.
Cassie?
All right. So I guess my question here is, it sounds weird, but I have.
Have you ever heard this show?
Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah.
It's all. I promise. Whatever you're about to say, you're not the weird one. So, bring it on.
Okay. So I have this fear of basically going to the doctors, and it's like super strange, but I'll cancel appointments and I'll miss appointments because of it. And I don't know if this is something. Is there something I can do before it, or if I need to deal with something, or if it's just normal, I guess.
Why are you scared to go to the doctor? Why does your body tell you we don't need to go there?
Well, I guess I had pretty bad experiences in the past.
Tell me about them.
Yeah. So I was in elementary school, and I think part of it is because
tell me.
Okay. When I was in elementary school, I struggled with food and just stuff like that. And I ended up being hospitalized.
Cassie.
Yes.
Say it all the way.
Well, I was hospitalized, and then
For what?
This is what I can talk about it, but I can't name it. So I don't know.
Okay. So you had a challenge with food. Were you struggling with anorexia or bulimia?
Yeah, one of those. Yeah.
Okay. Why can't you say that?
I don't know.
Will you say it right now?
Maybe.
Go for it.
I struggled with some eating issues.
Okay.
And it led to me being hospitalized for a couple of weeks. And then I was thrown into basically a psych ward. But I just had a rough experience in there. It was a teenage unit, and I was 12 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a goody two shoes when I was younger, so I just saw so many different things in there, and it was a really scary experience.
What was? Thank you for saying that out loud. By the way, I know that was hard. Okay. Why were you a goody two shoe? I'm gonna ask that in a hard, direct way. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Often, goody two shoes can be a trauma response. It's a way to keep the boogeyman away. It's a way to keep a scary uncle or a mom and dad from being on your case, from messing with you. If you just do everything perfect and toe the line and stay out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what
I always did. I did well in school. I just wanted.
Of course you did.
I like to do well. Yeah.
Okay. What were the roots in disordered eating? What was that a response to?
I wish I knew that, because I don't know. I felt like I was so young that it doesn't make sense to me.
Okay. And I've recently, in the past year, heard some studies that suggests that may be a more genetic than we previously thought. We used to prescribe it all to traumas and anxiety response, and that there is some significant literature that suggests that can be highly genetic. That there's really not a lot of environmental factors, but I don't know enough about it. Here's what's important now. Are you healed now? Do you have a good relationship with food now?
I would say, yeah, for the most part, I feel good.
Good. Do you still struggle from anorexia or bulimia?
I Not really. Only when times are tough, but
Okay.
no, not really.
Okay. Times have been tough for everybody recently, Cassie.
Yeah,
So why do you
a
need to go to the
little.
doctor?
It's kind of a regular checkup or follow up. I had a major like health scare earlier this year, and
What
it
was it?
wasn't. I don't. It wasn't related. Well, I don't know if it was or wasn't related. I They say it wasn't, but I always feel super guilty that I caused the issue. Um,
What's the issue?
so I basically I had a growth in my body that required surgery, but I guess I'm like this is my kind of my fault because I waited until the growth became massive until I went to the doctors to get it checked out.
I don't. You and I could spend some time together. I know, but you don't like Cassie, and I don't like that you don't like Cassie because I like Cassie.
Uh,
And
I
you,
like. I think I like her.
you are pleasant with her, but you think she does a lot of stuff wrong.
I think she could be better in some ways. Yeah.
Wanting to improve on things is one thing. Be better is a totally different proposition. Is that fair?
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's like the last couple of times, or there's been a couple of times in your life that you've gone to the doctor. One of them has
Mhm.
ended in a surgery that you have shame over. Another time ended up in a hospitalization, and you probably heard it from your parents about how expensive it was and how they had one of them had to quit their job and they had to, right? It caused a major um, upheaval in your home that somehow was transferred onto you. This is your fault. Not
Mhm.
we're your parents and we love you and it's our job to take care of you to the ends of the earth. That's what we signed up for when we had you. But if you're fine, just eat or just like right, those kind of
Mhm.
things.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
here you are now and you need to go to the doctor. And your body's put some GPS pins in the doctor's offices as though they are the problem. And I'd love to
Mhm.
reframe that and say, no, you had some scary experiences as a kid, and it probably wasn't a good idea for you. It wasn't a good idea for a 12-year-old to be put on a psych ward with teenagers.
Mhm.
The number of students over the years that I sat with in psych wards that were like, "Oh, I thought I wasn't okay, but whoa." After spending 2 nights in a psych ward, they're like, "I'm fine." Right? I don't have that. Um, I mean, all but like a handful had that experience. And I can only imagine how terrifying that was for a 12-year-old,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
The phobia is real, this fear is real, and there is one way to heal from it, and it's to go right through it.
Mhm.
Okay? And I know that's the worst possible answer you can get. Here's what I have found in my life. Um, is you have to teach your body that it's okay to go now. It wasn't then, it's okay now. That's what healing from trauma is. I can walk in and I can feel my heart rate getting up. I can feel my hands. I can feel myself picking up my phone to cancel, and I'm not going to. I'm going to feel it. And what we're going to do over the course of a few visits is we're going to retrain our body that doctors are trustworthy and they're okay. And that if I do have to have surgery, thank goodness there's a group of people who's dedicated their lives to keeping people like me safe, right? It's a total reframe from, oh God, if I go there, they're going to cut another big lump of my body out of me. It's, man, thank goodness they are keeping me safe. And I'm going to feel it and I'm going to feel it and I'm going to feel it. And here's the other thing. Disordered eating has a way of isolating us, creating a space between us and relationships and us and the rest of the world. Fair?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I've struggled with disordered eating almost my entire life. Okay. And I only recently started talking about that publicly. It's been a mess.
Oh.
Okay. I tell you that to tell you I can be in a crowded room completely by myself because I am so preoccupied with judging how I look and how I'm standing and how I'm moving. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. The only way through that is to open up to other people. And now I come out of my room and I look at my wife and say, "Is this shirt okay to wear?" And she says, "Yes." And I trust her more than my feelings. And I'm in the process right now in my 40s of learning how to trust and how to feel what a shirt feels like that fits, that doesn't feel awkward, that, you know what I mean? That's where you are.
Yeah.
And we're going to practice relationships. So I have found walking through anxiety, walking through phobias, walking through those moments, I can only do it with somebody else with me by my side.
Okay.
Okay. And so it's making an appointment to go to the doctor and calling a friend and saying, "I need you to come here and set up an appointment for me." Or I need you to call and make an appointment for me on the first 2 or 3 while I'm learning. And that way I can't call and cancel them. Only you can.
Uh,
And then I need you to come pick me up because I'm not going to get in the car.
that's actually a good idea.
Here's what we're doing. We're owning reality. And reality is right now, I can't stop eating sugar. I'm just throwing that out there. So I'm going to take all the sugar out of my house. I can't right now, and you can, but it feels like you can't. I can't make a good choice when it comes to seeing a doctor because every time I make an appointment, my whole body freezes on me and tenses up because the last few times I've gone, it's been a disaster, both financially and physically. So, hey, I need you to make this appointment for me or do it with me. And then I need you to drive me. Would you come pick me up? Would you walk alongside me during this time? Would you be in the room with me? Would you sit in there with me while the doctor gives me the news? I'd really appreciate that. And then our bodies are going to see that we are not alone. Our bodies are going to see that doctor's got our best interest at heart. Our body's going to see that we're more well after we visit our doctor than before. And then it's going to learn over time, oh, Cassie's driving now. Cassie's in control. Doctors aren't the end of the world. I had a real bad experience once. Then they saved my life the next time. They're for me, not against me. And we're just teaching our body that. You're brave, brave young woman. I would also recommend find a local counselor in your area and let them know. I really struggle with some historical trauma here. I don't know where it's from. I don't know why. I still struggle with disordered eating every once in a while when things get stressed, and things are always stressed. And I want some practical tips on breathing through and box breathing and dropping my shoulders when I've got to do hard things like make doctor's appointments and actually show up, make counseling appointments and actually show up. Because we can't do life by ourselves, Cassie. We can't. Got to have other people, professionals and friends, moms and dads and romantic partners. We need everybody.